Alright, welcome back again. And well, hello. And also, I forgot last video, so Happy New Year, technically, if you want to call it that. Um, well, this is the second Battlepass vehicle, or first, call it how you want, the M64. And let's see what that is, because, that's what the Devblog is about. Anyways, the M64 is a Chinese light tank developed during the mid-1970s by combining a hull of the M42 Duster SPAAG with the turret of the previously decommissioned M18 Hellcat, because 42 plus 18 is 64. Thank you, America. Tank destroyers. The heavily armed yet nimble M64 will become available as one of the main prizes awaiting players in the upcoming War Thunder Battle Pass. So briefly, a hybrid Chinese tank design combining the turret of an M18 Hellcat with the hull of the M42 Duster tank. This is potentially a very good vehicle. It does not have any downsides opposed to the standard Hellcat from what I can see here. Jesus Christ. While having a lower silhouette, it may actually be more mobile. That has to be seen. I'm sure it says it somewhere here. Let's see. It's a rank 3 premium. I assume it's at 5.7. Or will be at 5.7. Its features are obviously an excellent mobility. Pretty much what you should have expected from, does the hull with a very light turret on top of it. It has a very good 76mm cannon, as the Hellcat does. Because surprise, it has a Hellcat turret, right? Shocking revelation. Also it has no armor protection, again, absolutely shocking, right? And it has an exposed fighting compartment, which is also absolutely mind-boggling that this vehicle is not very well protected. Anyways, I mean, those are all fair points to bring up. But I think it's more interesting when I say something to it, other than just reading out the list. The history, let's see. In the early 1950s, armed forces in Taiwan obtained a large number of armored fighting vehicles from the US and South Korea, mainly consisting of M18 Hellcats and M24 Chaffee tanks, as well as a few dozen Shermans. In October 1958, they also managed to obtain a number of American M41 Walker Border light tanks. However, despite more advanced vehicles becoming available, the military retained even the older vehicles in active service, leading to some vehicles even exceeding the life service of the original design. By 1969, however, the military decommissioned and scrapped several dozen M18 Hellcats. This in turn created a gap in their fighting strength, and a stopgap solution had to be formulated. The solution came in the form of the M64 light tank developed in 1975. It was conceived on the chassis of the M42 Duster chassis, which were obtained alongside the M41 Walker Bulldogs. In the late 1950s, engineers then combined the chassis with the turret of the previously decommissioned M18 Hellcats to form a new highly mobile tank designed the M64. So we actually have to thank the Taiwanese for 18 plus 42 being 64. Entering service in 1975, around 35 M64 light tanks were built. These vehicles didn't see any combat use and were retired from active service in 1981. It's a bit unfortunate. I would have liked to hear anything about the testing of the vehicle here, because especially the mobile performance, like, was this actually more mobile than the Hellcat, or were there some compromises with the mobility, etc.? Would have been interesting in my opinion. Because I think the turret also sits more on the front on this one than the Hellcat. And the transmission etc. is also on the back end this one. I believe it's in the front for the Hellcat. So I actually have no idea where I was going with it. I was originally probably going to say that there's more weight in the front. No, I would probably go about and say the absolute opposite, that there's more weight in the back than in the front. Which would influence how the vehicle is behaving in train and whatnot. Anyways, maybe they say something here, although I doubt it. The M64 will be one of the main prizes awaiting War Thunder players in the new Battle Pass season, launching in the upcoming days, being built from components of the American M41 Walker Bulldog and M18 Hellcat tanks. This is not correct, you just they really do not proofread their devlogs anymore, right? The other one also had a massive blunders on it. Yeah, no, this is just wrong. I just read over what's coming next, so I will read it out again. Being built from components of the American M42 Duster and the M18 hating cats. Did I say hating cats? Jesus fucking Christ. You know what, maybe I shouldn't blame Gaijin on shit like that. Anyways, the M64 expectedly fuses the features of both vehicles and combines them into a new design. Tankers who have experience with both of the vehicles may expect a highly capable hybrid, and they won't be mistaken. The M64 is armed with a 76 M1 cannon, which will make seasoned American tankers feel right at home with the new tank, like the M18 Hellcat on the other hand. The M64 does feature an additional 7.62 machine gun, mounted coaxially in the turret. This small addition may prove itself handy when the heavier 50 cal roof-mounted MGs are unavailable after the commander gets knocked out. Actually, don't see much use in it, maybe a little. That would have to be seen. Probably actually the best against more open vehicles like Order AA, which you don't want to, get anywhere near it. Anyways, being based on the M42 Duster chassis, at least this time they got it right, tankers can rightfully expect the M64 to be highly mobile. In fact, thanks to its very capable 500 horsepower engine, the vehicle can reach a top speed of up to 72 km on paved roads, also remaining quite agile and less accommodating terrain. However, as neither of the two vehicles, the M64 is made out of exactly renowned for superb armor protection. It too unfortunately can't boast great protection. In fact, the M64 only features up to 25.4mm of armor plating on its front portions of the hull, so it can be destroyed by its own MGs, meaning that the tank can only effectively withstand damage from machine gun fire unless it's American and shrapnel. On top of this, the open fighting compartment also exposes the crew and modules in the turret to strafing runs by aircraft, especially American. Therefore, tankers ought to best use the vehicle's excellent mobility to dodge enemy fire, both the one coming from the other ground vehicles as well as from aircraft. And here it doesn't say anything except that it will be coming with the Battlepass. I kinda like how it looks. I think it's a nifty looking vehicle. I actually like it more than the standard Hellcat, I think, when I look at it. Let's see. Here it says 72 kilometers, which I believe is considerably more than the standard M18, so it could be more mobile. On the other hand, it can also be absolutely dismantled by its own heavy MG. And it's a Chinese tech tree, so I generally have no interest in it. I think it's generally a cool vehicle. I generally kind of like stopgap measures like this. And I think it does actually look really neat. It actually, it doesn't just look like a stopgap actually. It looks believable enough to just have been an actual combat vehicle developed from scratch. So there's that. I also like the color the Taiwanese put on this vehicle apparently. I also think this is a very nice camouflage. Well, but unfortunately it's in the Chinese tree, which I'm not playing, and it's a Battlepass reward, and I usually don't do Battlepasses. I think I have done one where the F2G was in, and got that. But yeah, that was also the free reward. I have no idea what is actually the free reward in this one. It actually doesn't say, maybe it's the Toronto. Anyways, if you have some sort of opinion on this, of course, write it in the comments. Otherwise, we'll see you with the next video. As you know, there's still a Terrain left and there will be another Devblog relatively soon. And I've been thinking about doing replay videos, if I actually get to it. So thank you for listening and see you in the next video. Goodbye.